now looking at potentially the last day of the India versus England Test series. England need 324, India need 8 wickets. Why 8 wickets despite being 50 for 1? Because Chris Wokes will not come to bat. He's been ruled out, he can't bat, and that is why India just need 8 more wickets. The weather is looking fine at the Oval when you look at it. Today in the morning, there will not be that much of rain at all. It will be cloudy, but no rain. Afternoon, you may see one small patch of rain, like how we saw in day 2. But apart from that, India is really closing in on a 2-2 series scoreline, because that would be an apt result for two teams who were not slated to be outright winners. India under transition. England, on the other hand, had their weakest lineup, bowling lineup when you look at it. Stokes Archer not been there. Stokes carrying the team single-handedly. So it is a series of missed opportunities for both teams. So that is why now when you look at it, India versus England today might be the final day of the series. And you could very well see India make it 2-2. Because remember, no team has ever chased a total in excess of 300. They have come close, but they've never chased it. Closest, if you want to look at it, Oval 1979, when Sunil Gavaskar hit 221. India almost came close to chasing 438, but they ended up on 429. If you look at in the past, in the 20th century, 21st century also, when you look at it, Sri Lanka made 219 for 2. But remember, that was the fag end of the series. And there England's bowlers were absolutely done and dusted. Here also same. Fag end of the series, it looks like the batters will go for it, but in the quest for going for big runs, they will lose their wickets as well. So it's the last chance for Mohammed Siraj, Prasidh Krishna, Akash Deep to ensure that England batters just don't get anywhere near the target. Yes, there will be a partnership. Yes, there will be certain anxious moments, but India are firmly under control. And yesterday, Mohammed Siraj managed to get the wicket of Zach Crawley. Second last ball of the day, he managed to sneak in a perfect yorker, and that is how you're going to see the day being built up in this sense. Siraj and Josh Tongue are anyway the leading wicket takers in the series as well, and that's why today you will see a clear-cut winner even in that, provided Siraj takes one more wicket. Now, as far as England are concerned, a 2-2 series scoreline will not be very good for them, so that's why they will be heading into the Ashes very low on confidence in that sense. So if India make it 2-2, then the drought against for England continues, because they have not won a series against India since 2018. 2018 was the last time that they had won. In 2021, it was 2-2 in England. Then they lost 3-1 in India. It's 4-1 right now in this series, and now it is going to be 2-2 yet again. So India continue their great run against England in this particular format. Now, as far as other cricketing news is concerned, West Indies have finally ended their jinx against Pakistan and also their current home jinx. They have managed a last ball victory in the game against, when you look at Pakistan at Fort Lauderdale in Florida. Jason Holder was already the star with the ball with 4 for 19, but then 3 runs were needed of 1 ball. Shaheen Afridi was bowling to Jason Holder. Jason Holder just whacked it to long leg, and that is where you saw West Indies pull off a last ball victory, and that ended the jinx of 6 consecutive losses that they have had. Remember, Pakistan have a great record against the West Indies. It was 17-3 prior to, now it is 17-4. But that doesn't highlight the fact that, yes, Pakistan have been thoroughly dominant. Yes, low-scoring game at Fort Lauderdale, and that is where West Indies have finally ended the jinx in a big, big way. So the series is 1-1, heading into the game that is going to happen tomorrow as well. Remember, it's back-to-back. After the end of the T20I series, it's going to be then the 3 ODIs at Brian Lara Stadium in Tarouba. So that series is also shaping up pretty well at this point in time. Now, there is a report doing the rounds that because India boycotted the 2 games against Pakistan in the World Championship of Legends, there is a vague report going around that Pakistan will not use its name, nor will it. They will consult any other entity before participating in a private tournament like this. Remember, 2 times Pakistan were humiliated by India by not playing. And then after that, when you look at it, Pakistan were humiliated by South Africa in the final of the World Championship of Legends. So that is why A.B. de Villiers, again, 3 centuries out of the 4 games, 5 games that he's played. It's truly remarkable. And give him a comeback. Get him into the South Africa T20 team. He's still not lost it. But yes, A.B. de Villiers at this point in time, he's simply a freak when you look at it. So yes, quite a good way to ensure that Pakistan's legends have been humiliated, and it's a fitting way how this tournament ended, because it is not every day that you see A.B. de Villiers just come, score runs, score a century, and then go away. So as far as other sporting news are concerned, I mean, when you look at it, Murali Sri Shankar has continued a good performance by securing a win in Almaty. And then Shakari Richardson, one of the key sprinters, who's one of the legends of the sport, she's been arrested on sexual assault and battery when you look at charges. So that's why it is not going to be easy at all for her. And it's quite a shock in the sporting world when you look at it. So today, Super Sunday, probably, most likely 99%, the last day of the India versus England series. And that is the current situation. Malatesh Kulkarni is saying England versus India is living up to the expectation. Any thoughts on this? I think it's been a series of missed opportunities. And looking at past England series, it's a drab series here. I mean, you've seen 1,000 runs being scored in a particular game. You've seen bats dominate in 3 out of the 5 tests. And here also, if you look at it, the bowlers have just had a toil at this point in time. Yes, there are 2-3 who managed to buck the trend in Josh Tongue, Ben Stokes and Mohammed Siraj. But apart from that, it's been quite a toil this particular series. And that's why freaking awesome. Gill has to rotate our pacers, probably avoid exhaustion. Spinners need to bowl now and then to give some rest of it. Seems that we need to bowl a lot of overs in these innings. Well, yeah, that is true. But then at this point in time, when you have to look at it, see, you have to slog to win. That is how this pitch is like that. But then I think the pitch is already starting to show its colors. It's now drying out. There are some cracks or some divots which are ensuring that there is uneven bounce as well. So it won't be easy. That's the thing. Can India win the match? Yes, it is. Yes, it is going to be. India will win the match. I don't see England chasing 374 on this particular deck. 300 plus has never been chased successfully at the Oval, ever. 263, that was 123 years ago. So that's why it's not going to be easy. Kishore, it is going to be a historic day for India today with the final test match at the Oval. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's your first win at the Oval. You have won at the Oval before. But a 2-2 scoreline is definitely better than a 3-1 scoreline. And that's why it's going to be pretty historic. But I will reserve my comment on that because it's a series of missed opportunities. England were far weaker, but India also did not help their chances at all. Freaking awesome. Besides the wicket, England dropped many catches and their bowlers were tired. Woke's absence made things very tough for them. All these 3 factors helped India to score this one. I don't know about the Woke's factor. See, Chris Woakes has struggled in this entire series. Dropping catches, absolutely agree. No team deserves to win after dropping 5-6 catches, and that's why England are on their way to losing this. And bowlers were tired. Look, Gus Atkinson was playing his first match. You look at it, Josh Tongue was coming after a couple of games. He had a rest. So the bowlers being tired theory doesn't work. And Ben Stokes and Jofra Archer did not play also. So that is why I would just reserve my comment on the fact that bowlers were tired. No, it was a fresh lineup. They were erratic all over the place, especially Josh Tongue. But he somehow still managed a 5-wicket haul. And that's why India capitalized on these things. Dropped catches, agree. England bowlers tired, I don't buy that. And Chris Woakes wouldn't have made a difference. That's the thing, because Woakes has really struggled in the series. And Woakes, the bowler, has flattered to see. Woakes, the batter, 1 or 2 instances. Kishore, what's going to be the rain forecast for today? Kishore, check out the video that we have done on Sports Today. I can just say now, morning, no rain. Afternoon, maybe 1 small patch of rain. But it's not enough to wash out the entire session. So that's the way I look at it. Raju M, Siraj, Akash and Krishna should bowl well up to the length of the off-stump line to win this match. Well, message delivered. Even they will be knowing how to go about it. So yes, England are facing an uphill task, 324. They are basically two down with no Chris Wokes. 8 more wickets and India will make it 2-2. The series, where fittingly it is a fitting scoreline. No team deserved an outright win because both had major weaknesses which were masked in a very clever way. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this morning wrap. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. India versus England, day 4, potentially the final day today. Bye bye.